Hello, welcome to Digital Signal Processing online lecture series. Myself Rima Rawal from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this session, we are going to start the unit Introduction, and in this unit, today's topics are the first one, that is Basics of Digital Signal Processing, and the second one is its applications. So let's start with that. So first of all, here the question arises, what is system? So basically, you can see over here, a system is something where input is given and from which the output is obtained. That means a system is an entity to which input is given and according to the system design, output is obtained according to our desired output. That means whatever the desired quantity or whatever the desired feature is that is obtained at the output side using the system function. Now, this system can be of any type. It can be a communication system, it can be a mathematical system, it can be a digital signal processing system, or any such system to which the input is given and from which the desired output with desired features is obtained. Okay? Now, let us see what is a digital signal processing system. So to understand that, let's split the words. First of all, we'll understand what is digital, then we'll understand what is signal, and then we'll understand what is signal processing. Okay? So first of all, let us understand the word digital. So we know that there are two types of communication possible. Analog communication and digital communication. So what are analog signals and what are digital signals? So analog signals are those signals who are continuous. That means they are continuously varying with respect to time. And in digital, it will have discrete time intervals with discrete values. That means at particular time intervals, it will have specific particular values. So in short, we can say that analog signals are continuous signals and digital signals are discrete signals. So in digital communication, we use discrete signals to represent data using binary numbers. Now let us understand the word signal. What is signal and how we define signal? So a signal is anything that carries some information. So it's a physical quantity that conveys data and varies with time, space or any other independent variable. So in other words, we can say that a signal is something that carries a useful information or data that is to be transferred from one source to the destination. Okay? Now this signal can be in time domain as well as or in frequency domain. That means either it can be a time domain signal or it can be a frequency domain signal. Also it can be one dimension or two dimension. Okay? Now let us see the third word that is processing. So what is processing? Basically the performing of operations or any data in accordance with some protocol or some instruction is known as processing. That means whenever I have some signal and I want to apply some kind of features or I want to have some features at the output side, I need to do the processing on that signal. That is called as the processing. What is a system? So a system is a physical entity that is responsible for the processing and it has has necessary hardware to perform the required arithmetic or logical operations on a signal. Okay, here all the major types of systems are used. That means, as we have seen earlier, the systems can be of different types. Digital signal processing, communication systems, okay. Now, let us see the broad definition or broad understanding of combined word digital signal processing. So, digital signal processing is the process of representing signals in a discrete mathematical sequence of numbers and analyzing, modifying and extract those information contained in the signal by carrying the algorithmic operations and processing on the signals. So here we can also apply the arithmetical operations also. That means we can perform the addition, subtraction or some other information extraction from the digital signal processing system. Okay. So to obtain digital signal processing system, we need to use different building blocks in that, and according to the design and according to the requirement, we can get the digital signal process output at the system output. That means here the one condition is that to perform digital signal processing, the input signal must be of digital type so that we can get the desired output from the basic system. Okay. Now, let us see the applications of the digital signal processing system. So first of all, let us see in the telecommunication field. So in telecommunication field, first one way where we can use digital signal processing systems, that is DSP, is for echo cancellation. Okay, whenever we are transmitting some voice data or some video data, background noise or background echo must be cancelled. So from the received signal, we can do the processing on the received signal and we can get the echo cancellation. Second application is that is for equalization. That means for tuning a radio for adjusting the bars and treble and such parameters or such features for that. Third one is for filtering. That means removing unwanted signals using specially designed filters like the IIR filters or FIR filters. That means infinite impulse response and finite impulse response filters, and also in multiplexing and repeating the signals. Okay. Next is instrumentation and control field. So where we can use DSP in instrumentation and control field. So in that, the first one is that in designing PL, that is phase lock logic or in phase lock loop. Then in the second one, that is in noise reduction circuits, also we can use it in compression of the signals, and also we can use it in function generators. So these are the applications of DSP in instrumentation and control field. Now let us see in digital image processing the uses or applications of DSP. So first one is in compression of an image. That means whenever we have larger size of image and we want to compress it and send it further, we can do it by using this. Also we can use in applications such as enhancement, reconstruction and restoration of an image. In analysis or face detection like Snapchat or such filters, digital signal processing is done. Now, where we can use it in speech processing. So in digital audio synthesis and speech recognition and analysis, DSP systems are widely used because here we have the data which is in terms of digital signal, and we need to apply such filters and we need to apply some recognition algorithms in terms of speech analysis. DSPs can be used. Now in medicine field also there are some applications using DSP. First one is in X-rays, in ECGs or in EEGs. digital signal processing is done. Also in signal filtering and noise removal and shaping of signal spectrums. Okay. Now in military applications, in sonar and navigation, that means in radar navigation and sonar navigation, whenever we are receiving the digital signal, we need to process it and apply some filters or some basic requirements to get the desired output or to observe some specific output. DSP systems are widely used. Also, it is useful in analysis after tracking in radars. So, whatever the data we are receiving from the radars, in analysis of that, DSP systems are widely used. Now, in consumer electronics applications, like music players or professional music turntables, like the devices which only DJs use, or for some professionals that uses this, that can use digital signal processing systems for their applications. Now, so these are the references that you can refer to. Now, in this session, we have seen the basics of digital signal processing and its applications. Now, in the next session, we are going to see the basic elements of digital signal processing. That means what are the basic building blocks of a DSP system, and we'll understand each blocks in detail. As well as we'll see the advantages of this DSP systems and drawbacks of that systems also. Okay? So thank you for listening.